Now we have another mode of chemical kinetics, we have to study different techniques which will be helpful in order to determine the rates of chemical reactions, whether these are first order, second order or third order reactions. First of all, we have to collect the data. What is data? It is the values of concentrations for reactants and products at the start of the reaction and after starting the chemical reaction at different time spans during the proceeding of our reactions. What will be the characteristics for data collection? The techniques, it should be very fast. It must not be too much slow, means like days or weeks. It should be in minutes or hours. Okay, and the experience of getting data should be high enough, because we have to move with toward the pace of the reactions. If we are very slow in doing and collecting the data, then we will not be able to collect the proper data which will be helpful in order to check out the rates of chemical reactions. And definitely the technique which will be applied during the proceeding, it should be inert toward the rate of reactions. Mean our technique should not be interacting with the reactants or products, and the reactant and product may be converted into some other byproducts if our technique is reacting with our materials. What will be the sampling techniques? How we collect the sample? We have two types of sampling. One is the direct sampling and second is the indirect sampling. In direct sampling, the collection of sample and quenching the reaction by freezing or acid bases. Like we have to collect some reactants or product during the proceeding of the reactions, and after collecting the samples we will quench the reaction, means we will stop the reaction by freezing it or by adding some acids or bases. And indirect sampling technique, these are the physical techniques, and physical properties of the reactants or products are monitored by using different instruments. Okay, by using different physical characteristics we can use different instruments, like change in volume, change in density can be measured, and these changes can be predictable to explain the change in concentration of our reactants or products. If the volume, sometimes the volume change represents the change in concentration of any reactant or product. This change may be positive or may be negative. Okay, some chemicals, these are optically active, and their optical rotation can determine their presence or absence, or sometimes their concentrations can be determined by checking out their optical rotation. Similarly, conductivity, conductometer, these instruments are applied in order to check out the presence or absence of some electrolytes. So conductivity measurement, these are also helpful in order to check out the concentration of our reactants and products during the proceeding of the reactions. Another very important technique which is mostly useful and applied in different laboratories, that is actually spectroscopy. We have a number of spectroscopic techniques like UV visible, IR spectroscopy, potentiometric titrations. These are another one of the best technique which is used for acid base reactions. We can use even the pH meter like that of polarography, another technique which is useful in order to check out the concentrations of our reactants or products. Very simple technique, that is actually refractive index. We can again check out the refractive index values of our liquids during the proceeding of reactions. Some chemicals, they have specific refractive index values. So by using this instrument, refractometer, we can check out what concentration of the reactants are converted into products. So these are the simple techniques, and these are indirect sampling techniques, and these instruments we can use in order to check out and collect the data. Well, some fast reactions are also monitored by flow method technique, relaxation method technique. Flash photolysis is another useful method in order to check out the proceeding of the reactions for very fast reactions, and another the molecular beam method. So all these techniques and instruments, these are helpful in order to check out the proceeding of the reactions at different time spans during the reaction. So by using these techniques, these instruments, we will be able to check out, to calculate